holding this B platform and even taking picks into long B and really disrupting G2. Not giving them a lot of space to work with. Just those couple of rounds that they won, obviously. Other than that, though, Harris has done great on the defense.
So long I've
Welcome.
Money's obviously low for G2. They'll buy up all that they can this round. Obviously, MBK, though, just going to be on the Deagle, and if they can't win this round, they probably can't buy on the next. So this could be where Harris goes off to a roaring start, but Apex trying to stand this to ensure that won't happen. A great pick on the Dead Fox right away. They try to move his op in a different place and does not pay off.
Yeah, last round was peaking. Oh, they're gonna line up for Angel, and he so nearly knocks them down. Just a couple millimeters away from causing real havoc on long. Instead, G2 have the player advantage. They are going to try their luck with Stico coming around the backside. Shox is up to the task.
Big catch.
Huge catch, yeah. He comes out second best, so he has to be very cognizant of a flank. And it allows Hellraisers to then put both their players on A.
He can pull or rotate, or he can just flank connector and really make this a lot easier to capture the A bomb site. So Hellraisers are going to have to gamble. They'll just stack A together with 2 players. But as more time passes, that sense of doubt rings in that maybe they're transitioning this bomb away. And so that forces them just to try to take a dice roll. Unfortunately, it's the wrong one. And G2 take a free B bomb site now. They'll plant. And I mean, this round's pretty much done.
Mindset for Hellraisers. We live together, we die together. We either want to save those weapons, or we get pushed on A and try our best to make it happen. And Kenny S, he's been here before. He's been around the block a few times. He knows what's coming up against him. Waits for the long push. And we'll get one. If Zero falls, it's going to be a pretty big body blow. And instead, he actually takes down the ultimate of Kenny S, and he'll go down afterwards, but there's damage done to both teams' economies. And of course, G2 not in a great shape themselves. They're so slow clap with the gets. Why not?
Why not? Exactly what we wanted here. Just great work on top, really. I mean, catching that rotation. I mean, on Apex, though, the initial presence at A is what forces the B rotate. Then when Shox catches that last player, the failsafe, the flank, that changes everything. As Apex continues to wreak havoc on this map. That's a Dead Fox down again. That's twice in a row now. He's won the opening duel against Dead Fox within the first 2 seconds of the round.
Oh, we knocked down to 1 health 3 or 4 times in this best of 3 too.
Unnecessary.
Will not go down without the fight. MBK landing the headshot, demolishing Stico and this BD. That will be a sanctuary. Very nearly a second kill, which would have turned the tide to this round. Considering that Apex, of course, aforementioned 1 HP, and Shox just on 34. And he has though. And now the Bondit can't get anything done. He will claim another round.
Again, it's just Apex causing so much pressure early in these rounds. That's the second in a row, again, that he takes out Dead Fox right away, and that forces the CT to scramble a bit. It lightens the defense on the B side, makes it a bit more vulnerable. It's that soft underbelly of Hellraisers at that point, and G2 have done well to capitalize on that. As this is another round on the board for them. Now 2 in a row. They've won 4 out of the last 5. They've reset Hellraisers' economy, and now they're starting to drain those funds on Hellraisers. That's why we're seeing them really need to get rid of these guys over, because it's going to be difficult to construct some full buys going forward the way things have played out lately.
Here's the MBK 1 tap.
It's one of those things where what do you even do if you're Stico there? There's absolutely nothing we could have done. We saw it from his perspective when it was live, and it looked just as nasty from the other perspective.
So double up stuff came into play. First time we've seen this for Hellraisers.
Yeah, not one that does it too much, to be quite honest. Certainly Cobblestone's a map where you see some teams be able to put it to use. So we'll see if that's the change they need to make things happen.
And that small gap on the wall there, plus the Molotov team vision a little bit. Back in for seconds, misses. He'll be fine with his life, but 2/3 of his health have evaporated. Looking to cool down a little bit.
conflict awaits.
Can flow out of long A and get some kills. Again, missing. Flashes are wrecking him. Sticko up to the bunker. He's also burning to a crisp, and Kenny S takes him down. A comedy of errors on long could cost Hellraiser's dearly as they put so much into this round in terms of finances. Bondic finally fires back and gets something done for Hellraisers. And a second. So this round hasn't quite came and gone just yet. They're in this one, and Bondic is just on it there. Spraying up through stables, very nearly claims another kill to Apex. And there we go. Bondic is absolutely running amok. He gets taken down. But the damage he's inflicted on G2 could be fatal. Shock's going to take the open, a 1-on-2, and just make a beeline for the B site. CTs are spread up here and both looking over on the A play, but Dead Fox close to maneuvering himself onto the B side.
Ooh, I like that. He's going to try to fake it as well. Dead Fox, look at him. He's worried about window. Just a little small detail that gives Shocks a bit more breathing room, and look at the result from it. He's going to get in. He's going to get the plant just in time.
Unbelievable. Dead Fox will be feeling sick to his stomach. And Zero's not going to be feeling too much better about this. Now Shocks, with a Molotov, can play position. And of course, with such an aggressive play, he's going to go in! Oh, what a flick that is onto Zero! A masterpiece of a play! And G2 have picked up a 5th round out of nowhere.
One of the best men in the business when it comes to clutching. Again, just those fine details. He throws in those little curveballs. He really rattled Dead Fox with that sound cue. That was so well done. Absolutely blindsides him. Fantastic. I mean, Bondic did so much work to reel that round back in for Hellraiser, only for Shocks to just take the hook, line, and sinker right down to the ocean floor. Didn't allow that to go any further. And so G2 are really putting it together now. Hellraiser's running out of money in a big, big way.
My hands
And they're also losing all of their momentum.
Still goosebumps. That is so smart. Hellraiser. Meanwhile, in particular must be just shaking his head like, oh, 4K guys, what else do you want from me?
Especially since his team was like getting wrecked because of the long and halls. They were missing all of them. They were really getting put in awkward space. And he bails them out only for Shocks just to do that. I mean, that's probably one of the best clutches we've seen this entire tournament. And it comes right at the right time in the quarterfinals where his team was playing from behind and trying to straight together, back together a good T-half. As now they'll look to just get the speed on play.
Position though, just right, still has some bullets in the match. The 2-1 trade, here comes the CZ, and Zero will connect the dots on this time of asking and survives. Interesting, Sticko just goes for the sprint into the double doors. It may not end up mattering too much.
An ally has been slain.
3. What a shot that is onto Bondic. Partially through the doors, catches him, plucks him out the air. Maybe taking a bit of inspiration from Shocks, but unfortunately, it was a bridge too far. Hellraisers will be playing the last round at a 9-5 lead.
Finally, a response from Hellraisers, right? They've had a tough time here in the latter parts of this first half. They put one more through, so they will get that 9th round on the board and keep their CT side in still really good shape, especially if they can win this last round, a 10-5 half from their CT.
My spirit is not
well
lost.
done, you know, to contain a G2 team to 5 rounds. Well, of course, we still have G2 able to scrape together something here. A couple tech 9s, and they're going to take things fast again. What Shocks is looking to hunt people down right away.
What conflict awaits?
Gets caught though. Great goal from Deadlock. Nice opening for the
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, they did very nearly line up for Bondic. That crouch peak really racked him.
You have slain an enemy.
Down he goes to the canvas. The last time in this half. NES, Apex, body.
I know my purpose.
Moving together for the time being. Close and personal with the FAMAS to lands the headshot on the body. Spins around and was so close to taking down Apex. That would have been disgusting. Then Angel.
I'll tell you!
Maneuvering his way in to clutch this 1-on-2. Apex, 23 health. Will be getting the plant onto A. He knows where Angel is, and Angel's about to find out exactly where Apex has
sword
gone.
mirrors its owner.
He doesn't have a HE or a Molotov, but he does have plenty of utility to try and force his way onto the site. And Apex going all the way around.
Well, the timing could have been better. If Apex waits a bit longer and Angel, you know, sees that's clear and that's gone, that makes it different. Again, a game that could come down to milliseconds at times. And so, thankfully for Angel, it plays in his favor. He's going to get those 10 rounds for Hellraiser. So, a well-done CT start. Great recovery from G2, but Hellraisers put down a couple of more there towards the end to maintain a solid lead.
So long I've wandered.
And so this is good stuff from Hellraiser. Definitely come alive in this best of 3 in the grand final.
I gotta say, I feel like this starts for Apex there. I mean, there's a balcony probably wins the round. If Angel like long with tables instead of going down to mid, probably wins the round. It's just one of those things, as you say, it's the roll of the dice. And Apex came out second best. So he had to go for an audacious play like that because he was so far behind the he's down. This is much more what we were looking for.
It's one of those things where he played that perfectly, really. I mean, I think he did everything right. He just happened to get caught. It's one of those things that can happen. Just the timings did not work in his favor. But we still have time left in this match. Their CT side can be some of their players have been in, particularly Apex. One of those guys can be side of the map. If he keeps it up, it's going to be hard for Hellraisers to find opportunities there. Obviously, you think about Kenny's op all across the map, and then Shocks just being that bedrock over on the B side. So you're going up against a lot of firepower on your B side of the Hellraisers. So let's see what they got as we get this pistol round live in the second half.
So long I've
Keep in mind too that until the last map, hold the phone for a second. Angel's just going to drive straight by and land the frag. But keep in mind that last map Hellraisers hadn't lost a single one. He's going to come straight through. Now it's up to NDK. He's not going to allow him to shine. Puts the line body up in balcony. That's a beautiful first one tap, but he's probably not going to get anything else. Especially considering that his partner in crime of Shocks has gone down. What? He dumped it. And that's two of the nicest one taps you're going to see. Back to back, exquisite plays by Body.
Been slain. Enemy has been slain.
Have the time to pull this off. Just landed the headshot, and now he's going to go straight for long. He realizes where the last player may be. Now it just comes down to pure timing. He's going to tickle the bomb. There's no way of Hellraisers knowing if he has a kit or not.
Burdens of the past.
And it is going to be the round to Hellraisers. So I've got to say, that is really incredible.
Yeah, you'd really
An enemy has been slain.
If he had a kit, you'd fancy his chances there after the way he was hitting heads, but it will be a round for Hellraisers. Really off the back of Angel. He really put in some key frags. So Hellraisers will continue to hold G2 off for now, but of course we will see a buy up from G2, including UMP on buy. You got a lot of money out of that round, so why not?
You want to be careful when you come up against a wild Apex on a long with a 5-7. Many teams have tried and many teams have failed in that scenario. But they do get a 1-for-1 trade. UMP still in the hands of Body, of course, alongside Camouflage and pistols. Kenny S with
should I proceed?
Last buy, of course. Let's get that up as soon as possible. And Hellraiser's starting to make a move towards the B side of the map.
Shuffling over here. Everyone gonna be coming out along. No focus anywhere else. They do leave one player behind actually at drop down room, so maybe for a late flank, but this boosted position can be tricky to deal with.
Body up close and personal. 25 bullets in the magazine. How many of them are going to connect? Just one required. Kenny S is going to help him out. And Body goes in for yet another one. Sicko's still alive and kicking, but not for much longer. Again, G2 break the hearts of Hellraisers. Great performance by Body.
Really well done. He put that UMP to work up close on the version wall. Perfect weapon for a scenario like that. He delivered also timing in. We'll take things fairly slow.
Yeah, slowing the pace right down. Like it could do a whole bunch of damage, actually does nothing. Landing behind both of the aggressing
has been destroyed.
Hellraiser still have some impact over on the middle side of the map. They're going to make sure there's no rotation around the back of them.
Burdens of the past.
But again, G2 have the pressure completely off their shoulders. They want to have the firepower advantage. Effectively say, come out as pros, you look at the bomb planted. Great setup here, great crossfires. Great passes playing on A as well, not having anything mid 4-1. Hellraiser's going to have to brute force their way through onto this site if they want to win this round. And that's exactly what they're looking to do through drop. MBK, not only with the kill, but the bomb also dropping by his side, is able to just turn tail, run away. The crossfire is on point. G2 with yet another one.
Yeah, so they've started to make that comeback effort early thanks to some big plays by Body with the UMP. Down that window, not allowing any type of connector split to come to fruition. And now Hellraiser is get a full pretty much a mop up for G2 at this point.
We find ourselves in this position so many times when casting T-side in this scenario. Bomb plant is pretty much the best case scenario with full gloves. Especially a map like Cobblestone. If we're looking at Drain, it's a lot more doable. Cobblestone really
is not lost.
Not in the same ballpark. And there we go. Kenny S from downtown lands the dunk nade onto Angel. Lands in his pocket. Kenny S is missing a lot of action in mid with his Tech 9. Is able to get himself two. Not quite
An
a
enemy
third.
has been
The Apex will
slain.
do the rest from danger. Being tagged up from the backside. It's the Glock versus the M4. The assault rifle, of course, will come out on top. And they have now bridged that gap to 3 now.
Enemy has been slain.
Yeah, so that big lead that Hellraisers had is all but withered away at this point. And G2 now right on their heels, but we will see Hellraisers off to a full buy this round. They saved up for this, and everything that they could want. And they're a team that, you know, again, can really do good at team defense. They can move faster stuff on B. They also have a lot of those smoke setups in this. To split connector with the smoke down at the doorway that you can throw from this. They developed a lot on this map over the last few months. So that means that they can throw a lot of different stuff at G2, make it difficult to be read. It all starts here.
He does, as the long push wasn't coming to fruition. And the position that Zero was using in the alcove was quickly mollied off when the roles were reversed. That's more the thing for Hellraisers. They've got more volatile. There's no reason not to throw it here. Just to make sure they don't have to worry about that angle if they do decide to push through B-long.
And also can use it to clear out tree as well, which Body is playing on top of, so they can definitely force him down if he's not already going to drop down on his own. Oh, the smoke's though extinguishing all that fire. So now they didn't get the clear that they wanted. Now they have to fight for it.
That's really significant, especially if they start to push through on B-long. And now Shox, who's not been forced out of position, they may be baited into thinking that he's not here anymore. With Body also turning it up elsewhere on the map. Shox can now just turn tail, running almost through the smoke. Again, it comes down to that 50-50. And he guesses in
that sense of doubt and we force their way through their time, but to no avail. They'll just have to force their way in.
Slain.
Apex back his statue is doing what it can, and that is more than enough with Kenny S's help. Further yet, the round buffer diminishes. 7-0 at one point, just 2 rounds shy now at 11-9 behind.
Yeah, outside of losing the pistol in this half, G2's been up to the task in every other round. That's 4 in a row now for them.
How should I proceed?
And as you noted, just 2 away from tying this thing up. And again, money low on Hellraisers. as it's essentially another really heavy Glock round. I mean, never mind, we do see a couple of late upgraded pistol buys, but still very little armor, no utility. This should be an easy round for G2, all things considered.
The only round Hellraiser should won is the pistol from G2. 4 rounds back to back. Hellraisers on the brink of conceding a 5th. Very little to play with in this round.
Choose your own path.
Kevlar for Effect 9. Nightmares. Angel to the Deagle is going to open his account in round 21 with a kill onto Apex. Again, a huge kill. And he's got an AK too.
Yeah, forces some rotates as well. That pulls the rotator actually into door. So from B, where a lot of the numbers have added up at. But they're going to see any more out of this. He could pull even more rotates, even more damage.
The mission of Seek and Destroy really moving much down and will get fracked as well. Could this be the dream to Hellraiser? Back into this, it's an AWP and it's an M4, but more importantly, it's Kenny S, and he's going to come through with 3 massive kills. Body picks up the rest, and when G2 have the pressure, Kenny S will alleviate it time and time again, and you can see the relief on the faces of G2.
So he deserves that shoulder rub. What a headshot to get on the platform. Exactly what we would want to bring this round back, because that did get scary. We're doing some great things over on the A side. They got a couple of kills, but yeah, says, I'm having none of that. I want that trophy. I want that MVP title. He's definitely putting in the work to do it, but here comes the full buy from Hellraisers. A lot of presence over here towards middle, so again, a lot of smoke that they can throw from here. Trying to keep you guessing where it's coming from.
Shots with the aggressive AWP peek up on B long side. Sticko not too far away, just a short throw of a Molotov will extinguish it instantly, and that's going to allow Shox to know his position. There's no way he's going to land that quickly if he's on the long side of B plat. He's able to use that smoke to escape. Body will not take any prisoners as he goes in for 2, and now Angel's going to make very much the same case for himself. 2 plays through smoke.
Learn from your mistakes.
Both get laid out. 3 on 8 will ensue, and a rotation to boot as Angel has connected control.
You have one skill. I don't think they do. So this is really tricky.
He will convert. Now knows exactly where to focus his attention. He's the barrel of the gun stick through. Will convert. Now the pressure mounted on the bomb itself. He's the man to deliver with the AWP. Up he goes. He will be missing his first opportunity. He may not get any more, or will he? Buddy is the next player to fall. Angel comes through with it. Pick up a second round on their T-half.
Really well done. They do all those smokes I was talking about. There's a smoke you can throw in the middle of that connected doorway, and it really messes with the heads of the G2 side. They don't know if that's just a standard smoke for an A execute, but if you're throwing it from so close to B when you do it, that allows you to put pressure there immediately. And even though you scramble and all that, you just cause so much chaos. So many kills in this round. He wanted to clearing it out, and what is a huge solo effort. And so again, that's just kind of showing you what Hellraisers have in that playbook. It can be difficult to deal with, and so they hold off G2.
Apex going to trade Molotovs on long. To multiple players. They go for a flash behind it just to make sure no one's up close. Now as well, he's wasting time along. The downside of that is he's expended the majority of his utility in the process. In fact, all of it to be precise. Also threw a flash in there and amongst
How should I proceed?
So in doing so, he knows he has no more power plays in long A. He has to pull back. That is going to give us
We're going to get a third player over here on G2 though, so they have a pretty stout defense if they hold this pattern.
What conflict
But again,
awaits?
since they have no real information now on what's going on, they've had to back off a bit. They're just looking for sound cues. They still have one person pushing the flow back because they may be hearing them falling back.
Slain.
And that may cause up rotations a bit of a bomb's still kind of floating around.
Down.
So Heroes are definitely using all the time to their advantage to try to work things through.
Enemy
see what's
has
gonna be the
been
best option.
slain.
not far off on that break. Zero. There's a panic.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Once again, he's picking up the kills where it counts, but although he goes down, Zero uses his ammunition to take on Kenny Estelon. NBK the freedom to return fire and return the favor. Body shots as he's going to be coming through on the murder hole side. The positions looking
Choose your
tenuous
own path.
for Hellraisers. There's now Shox has picked himself up one kill, looking for a second. You don't want to duel with Shox. He's a player that will rip your head off, and Bondit goes thinking one too many times. And G2 will punish.
Ally has been slain.
Another big clutch from Shox. It's a 1v2 in a tough spot, and of course the 1v2 as well on the T side that we were highlighting. So yeah, again, he can also be the closer. Now it's definitely around that lift up colors we're going to take. They've been putting together some good T rounds once they've been able to get weapons in their hands, but
Enemy has been slain.
so once again, G2 are one round away from tying this thing up. And it's going to be the timeout coming from Hellraisers as well because of it. That's the response.
Understandable. They have lost so many
Shut down.
Task ahead of them. Sure, they have the round advantage, but the momentum is certainly working against them.
I mean, Heroes are playing a good cobblestone here. It's night and day from Cash. They really did excellent on CT side. They get 10 rounds, but that's well done. Their money got thrown for a loop thanks to those early rounds that G2 bought in the second and third and won those and really got the money in disarray for Hellraisers. Since they've been able to make purchases, they're constructing good rounds. Again, they just fall for the shot structure. But now they'll be able to kind of think things through a bit, maybe even just calm down a bit. Losing a big round like that definitely can hurt when you feel like you've done everything right. So this might even be just a timeout to just take a bit of a breather.
That last push,
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Lack of cohesion. I mean, you have two players in separate positions. If Door gets peaked, it is going to be two separate one-on-ones. He's on the wrong side of the wall. He wants to get mid. He's completely out in the open for a free kill.
Well, I think what happened there is Hellraisers almost ran out of time to plant the bomb. So I think a lot of people were scrambling to find post-plant positions because they were really focused on making sure they got the bomb down in time because it came down to the last couple of seconds. So when you're scrambling just to make sure that you can swing around because of the clock is against you, that definitely can throw in a sense of panic, as you noted. And now we're right back into it. Off the back of timeouts, we'll see if G2 can tie things up, or whether or not they can send them off once more. Yes, look to get aggressive there. They try to find an opening pick. Doesn't pay off. Takes a lot of damage in the process, actually.
Was trying to balance the risk versus reward. It wasn't too far off the flick. Shows the confidence that is
My
currently surging
spirit
through
is
it.
not lost.
Because as you highlighted, that is quite the risk. You know, if Kenny S gets burned off Molotov the fact is, all 10 players remain.
Your turret has been destroyed.
The way of Hellraisers as they look to maneuver their way over onto the A side of the map.
It's one of those rounds where their options are a bit limited because they don't have as much firepower, they don't have that much utility, so throwing more complex tactics or doing fakes is not really an option. It's one of those things where you have to battle up for one to go at it. And then even having a for post-play is not in your arsenal if you waste a lot just trying to execute, so they really have to think things through and make the most out of very little.
Timing on point for Apex. Throws the smoke out just as the player was looking to push. Kenny's missed his chance, but Apex, once again, is just going to be spraying players down. That timeout does not prove to be a success. Apex with a third. 12 to 12. We are all even, and Hellraisers put everything into that round in terms of their finances.
Apex just finds the timing to be able to hold off the mid-slope push and still get around to make sure that long A player can't push him back. That would have been a good faster Apex wanted to one kill there. So again, a round that came down to just timing. On that angle, the hold off Angel.
Won't miss on the second time. Bomb drops down. Written all over it as it chucks 2 players down. So incredibly well. Cleaning up the
hard down the mid-slope, chasing after that drop bomb.
Ally has been slain.
Not giving any time for Hellraisers to back away as they do have their first lead in this map. Again, they're already up 1-0 after a huge win on Cash. They're trying to see if they can't put this grand finals away in 2 on home soil, give something for that French crowd to cheer about, and get their first title on the team. But Hellraisers, they still have some fight in them here. They have a great match here with the sector team. The counter nades though from G2 to kind of bog them down.
MBK is about to see a whole bunch of action. 2 kills from that position would have been disgraceful for Hellraisers, but they are able to remedy the situation. Now, Shox has been here before. Last time he did come out, full gun flames, he picked himself up a kill. He's able to relocate, and that fast actually hit both of his assailants. Unfortunately, from his perspective, Pico decides to push the smoke and will extinguish the life of Shox. G2 not out of the woods just yet. They are going to go back to even, more than likely at 13 apiece. It's all on Apex, and the bomb about to get planted on B. So another couple chapters left in this story yet, Dust.
Yeah, it's probably the heaviest we've seen Hellraisers hit drop-down room this half, and it pays off. They trade 1 for 1. Don't allow Shox to get anything on the platform, so just really efficient trading over here on the B-bomb side. Hellraisers able to tie things right back up. And they do it clean as well, and that's great for them because money's obviously an issue. So being able to kill over 4 AKs is great news. But Hellraisers a chance to see if they can't fight that third time. Probably the most important kill of the round. A couple of times, Kenny's not far off, and Apex will deliver. We've seen this crossfire, this firing squad set up a few times. A 1-for-1 though puts a lot of pressure on Kenny, and he is going to deliver. Bondic moves into position, taken out instantly, ahead of the rest of his team. They weren't pushing in the 2-pronged attack. That was all a tunnel vision approach. The red mist descended and it put him out of his own misery. Kenny has to extinguish the Molotov and come through the site.
So long.
Hellraisers haven't quite pulled the trigger on this A hit yet. There's so much time left. And Kenny S with a flame. Knocking the bomb out. But we've thrown this utility on top of it. Still though, Sticko and Zero are in a row. We'll get after onto Zero. fight the crowd. Oh, he's feeling it right now.
He's definitely handle pressure. I mean, he's in such dangerous territory.
Enemy
When
is
Apex goes down, he
legendary.
has to worry about being pushed long A. He has to worry about mid slope, but he always is able just to kind of maneuver around that APC, always stay in just, you know, that small gap of safety, and then just rattle off all the kills with the AWP. That's a big round from him, and that could be G2 getting closer to that victory. We'll see a full buy from him. Slowing it down initially, but now here comes the LG.
The other AWP laid in wait.
Inhibitor has been
Of the
destroyed.
AK is going to be really hard time. He's going to spray towards the chicken coop and go keep damaging shots, but again the bomb is dropped out in a horrible spot. Angel only good for one. And Sticko in a 1-on-2 clutch coming through the drop side. He's going to have Kenny S to contend with.
My spirit is
And
not
G2 have
lost.
done it again. 2 championship points.
And that was basically their best chance to fight back. They put all their money into that, and now they've got nothing. Their money was just reset. It's going to be so difficult to crack out of a good bomb now. And that double out should have come at a better time. Right when they go for a fast B, when you're sliding out a platform, and that option is probably that short pitch for free. So there's not much to do.
Slain.
What can our Ravens do in a low buy situation? This is their last overtime.
Arrives at the station just in time. He's going to burst to a crit. 1 HP. He is still
slain.
alive. But for how much longer? Not too much. Bondix there with the M4. And now it's up to Kenny S again. Gets nailed through the smoke. Apex in a 1-on-3. 11 health to his name. It's not on the side. Will silence the crowd for a little bit longer. They're still in this.
Indeed they are. They weather the storm. They work a fast B and they break through. And so they're still alive. They fought for survival, and now they've made it to the 30th round. They
Choose your
could
own
force the
path.
OT. Buy is a little bit limited for G2, actually. Max 7 on Apex can still be dangerous, obviously. The 2 UMPs still can find work, but Hellraisers have put themselves in a good position.
It's honestly, at this stage, though, more the lack of Kevlar and Kenny S. Apex, the lack of utility that's worrying me. Not necessarily the UMP.
But let's take into account the position that Apex has here. He is
What
boosted.
conflict
They hasn't
awaits?
used it yet this game. No one has. And so this late in the game, are you really going to expect that in the bottom? This is A. And Kenny S is baiting it so well by getting an initial kill.
Mid, though. Kenny misses. The lack of Kevlar, that could be a brutal punch. So, Rumal on the B side is going to clean it out. The downside is that a lot of the terrorists have already committed to coming out of mid, and the bomb has been dropped out there for us. So all for Sticko's greatness, it doesn't matter. G2 are running amok through mid. Sticko, minimal health.
Oh no.
Has now got clutch after doing so much work on the opposite side of the map. And he switches to his knife. Yeah, gonna be flashing in to make sure he doesn't get charged down. This would be one hell of a has time to move on. I just feel like one bullet will end his life and give G2 this win. But look at that. He's just gonna slam straight onto Kenny. Looking for a second one. Lands it, Sicko. Are you really gonna pull this one off against Apex now? Apex is playing the time. To pick this bomb up and put himself in harm's way by pushing across to A. Only 10 seconds remain and Apex is gonna nail him. G2 have done it. They are your champions of 2017.
Sticko tried again this year. He was so close, but it just wasn't close enough. Went the distance, a great effort. Strong on
Started so well for Hellraisers with a 7-0 lead. They finished the first half at 10-5, and then from there on out, it was all G2. shown between the two teams. Kenny has had a blinder of a cobblestone. He was untouchable at times. And G2 have done it. The crowd are loving this. Power Rangers will be disappointed. G2 now in prime position to lift that trophy. Okay, shots. All look relieved, all look happy.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
With body. Smith. Here are your champions for DreamHack Tour 2017. It's G2.
How should I proceed? Radiance of the past. So long I've wandered.
Nathan, MBK, I wanted to stand in with your team and have a chat. How much does this mean to you and the boys?
Yeah, that's probably the only tournament we're gonna have in France. So it's one of the years. And yeah, we come here, we win. It's just amazing. Really incredible.
What's next for you and the G2 team?
That's a bit rational, but now we're just gonna relax, back to practice.
Oh yes, he's having fun, he's having a time of his life. Do you want to give some last words?
Après le premier match, je vous ai promis qu'on s'arrête jusqu'à la fin. On l'a fait. Donc voilà, cette victoire, elle est partagée avec tout le monde. Vous nous avez aidés dans les moments qui étaient durs en match. Vous nous avez aidés quand on a gagné. Donc merci. Merci, à la prochaine.
An absolutely amazing crowd here, and you know, congratulations! Absolutely incredible scenes from you guys. Really, really well played. You are our grand final champions here at DreamHack Astro Open Indoor.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
S'il vous plaît. Go on.
Ok, et une dernière chose. Et c'était un très beau match.
Yeah, commiserations to Hellraisers. I will hand it back. Congratulations, you're our winners. I'll hand it back to Parlo to summarise that entire great 3 days of CS.
James, that energy is infectious. MBK there with a wonderful winning interview, and I don't think the story could have been written any more perfect. The French team arguably the best out there. The team is supposed to be winning on their home soil. Here, the DreamHack Astro Open is amazing. They're still there now, supporting the guys. I want to say shout out to all of you. Thank you for giving us such great atmosphere and everybody involved as well. Like, you guys have been amazing. Now, let's do a little wrap up of the session. Really fun.
It definitely was. Yeah, I thought it was over after G2 picked up cash, but Hellraisers has shown a lot of resilience there.
getting back into it, especially in the first half. I thought, you know, we could get a bit of it probably won't be great. The matter of the fact that it doesn't seem like it's going to drop. But they really pulled it off. I thought they actually had a pretty good time and effectively so did as individuals who want to pick the individuals as Kenny and Body that really step up.
Yes!
Can't forget.
Surfing the crowd. Sorry, not too
Sure.
I apologize.
Alright, you can take it out. You can take it away, Paula.
No. It's just, dude, this is such a moment, you know. These guys love their fans. They love being here. Just like you are not. Sorry.
No, I think the crowd surfing. Just something phenomenal. Analyze this, Jacob.
Straying away from the details of the match before we get into the I love the way that Kenny was out on stage. But he got out his phone and started recording, and where do you think that's gone? Twitter, Snapchat. We see that video, see that oh yeah, no, really.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
I think that's a round of applause.
No doubt. They deserve all the applause they're getting as well. But yeah, let's go back into that pimp.
Your inhibitor is respawning
It
soon.
looked like that first map was a very strong showing from them. Cobble was a lot closer. Stico almost there on the Hellraiser side of things, taking it into overtime, but not unfortunately in the end. And it was Apex that brought that the victory.
Yeah,
for G2.
Yeah, I think Cobble was a great match. Hellraiser was playing well throughout the game. G2 got a bad start. They got after it, especially Kines. I think he was at one point he was 6-14 or something, scoreline wise, and he ended up being the top player with 29 scratch. You know, he was taking the crowd around. He's
They would have had the man advantage going to that bomb site. They couldn't able to get onto the bomb site and therefore they surely, because of Kenny and Apex playing as they didn't.
They surely know how to celebrate a victory.
I can't tell if we're seeing a replay of what they did straight after the win, or if this is going on right now. The pass is just not stopped.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I would know.
Alright, let's pop over tonight.
A certain emptiness you feel like, you know, you've gone through your squad, and yeah, I mean, you're at home and you feel the hunger for more.
Yeah, I've been close a few times, but I know that you described, right? But I can't even imagine how great it must feel. We put in so much time in practice. And winning is just what we've done here for.
Well, we look at the statistics from that match and see how the players did piece for piece, and see who stood out, who didn't really achieve what they should. So we'll get that up on screen and make sure that you guys are all informed. I mean, who were the standouts for you off the head right now?
Kenny, I thought, was phenomenal, especially on Cobble, and well, on Cash as well. He was all over the place as well. And I thought Apex actually really rose to the occasion finally in this tournament. He was a bit, I don't know, he wasn't really in the limelight for most of it. Diving into smoke when his teammate needed it to happen, getting even more in their advantage into a possible afterclass situation. So you know, you gotta give credit to him.
He played one hell of a game for sure. So did Kenny, as we said. So did Buddy, for an example. Like he is. We talked about him before the game, being the hidden gem, and I feel like he kind of lived up to that role in this game. He was solid throughout the game. He made the frags that was needed from him, and he literally played out his support role to perfection. You know, and that's why he's on this team. You know, I know he's not a superstar. He's talking about joining this team, but he's literally being the guy that they want him to be right now.
And he plays such like under pressure positions a lot of the time, so being alone to make for his teammates to be able to play back. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just going to quickly interject and say the statistics are on 52 across those two maps, followed by also a very strong showing from Body who's been consistent over the whole event. I mean, by no means that Hellraiser, I feel like they've done a very good job of spreading the weight throughout the tournament. They do have standout performances here and there from certain players, but in general, they're very good at working together.
An enemy has been slain.
They didn't have the tools at their disposal this time to make it happen. Where are we overall in the arc of the story of G2?
This is I guess, you know, a great way for them to build confidence. I think it's something that is a fact for a team that you need to have those winning moments. That's what are your building blocks in becoming a better team. Just like we've been saying here, it's a process to be able to fight for that top 5. So, over here in this tournament, having a rock start as well, like they did in Austin as well, but this time I guess learning process, you know, further. And like MBK was saying, you know, it's back to the drawing board, back to scrimming, back to practicing. That's what they need to do. But yeah, this is the kind of experiences they need in order to progress.
Yeah, it seems like they have a very, very healthy learning curve, as Nacho was in on. Like, they started out very poorly. When they would just form the team, they had some rough online games. No, it's just online, but they didn't start out with this super team as they were supposed to be. So if they want to be the best team in the world,
However, today, on the third and final day, we have but we have decided who it is. Well, you guys have. Natu and Pimp, would you like to go ahead and announce who it is?
I can quickly say the contenders for it as well.
Yes, indeed.
Shazam was